What's up, guys? It's TracyVA with ThisIs50.com, and I'm with Nando STL. Okay,
Yeah.
coming from St. Louis in the A. How you feeling today?
I feel great. How you feeling?
I feel amazing knowing that you're here and you're prospering. You're a newly signed artist under T-Pain's label, Nappy Boy Records.
Yeah, for sure.
How does that feel? So talk about this surreal feeling. Like, is it like a wake up in the morning and like, oh shoot, I'm a signed artist?
Yeah. I do this for a living. You know what I mean? So to be able to do what I love for a living, people have these type of dreams. The fact that I'm living mine is crazy.
Yes, for sure. Because you've been chasing music for about 12 years. I think that's what I saw.
I've only been rapping for like 4 years, 3.5, 4 years.
And you started in the church.
Yeah. So I've been doing like, I was playing drums and being a musician, but as far as like taking it seriously as a career path, I never thought this would happen, you know?
And that's really what I want to know too, because did you even know that you would become a rapper? Because you were just doing the drums, you were, just involved in the church. So what was that light or that green light that told you, okay, I'm gonna transition from being in the church to becoming a rapper?
Yeah, I started rapping because I was bored. I worked in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying? So like working at like Wells Fargo, I was a financial advisor for like 4 years, 4 years. So doing that every day, it just was boring as hell. You know what I mean? I was around a bunch of people who weren't my peers, older white people, no disrespect.
But like disrespected.
But like on the weekends, they wouldn't do nothing. Like they would watch other people. They watch the game. They drink beer. They hang with their grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not really a big sports person. I don't like watching other people achieve their dreams.
Do you have kids? Don't you?
I do.
Okay, so you could kind of relate in that space.
Yeah. But I think that the biggest thing was I didn't want that to be my free time. You know, me being a dad is a hat. That's another job that I take very seriously. This is like me. You know what I mean?
This is all you, all creative direction. So I want to know, like, you also went to Fayetteville State University.
Yeah, shout out to Broncos. Yeah.
I was actually born in Fayetteville.
What?
If I would have stayed there, I definitely would have went to school there because it seems lit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you studied mathematics?
I did.
Can you please tell me what was that like? Because I never heard any, especially black men, saying I studied mathematics in college.
Yeah. I'm good with numbers. I always been like that though. Essentially, I started off as a music major, you know, but I really couldn't get into the music program. We was an HBCU, but we played a bunch of music that wasn't by black people, you know, and I didn't want to do nothing else. English was hella opinionated, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to pick something that was like right or wrong. And that's what I led to math.
I know those tests were crazy.
Yeah. I liked it though. I didn't get it calculated to my final year. I was doing all that shit by hand.
I could not do it. You didn't cheat at all? No?
Nah, I ain't had no need to. I do this.
Okay, well, the real reason why you're here in Atlanta is because you're promoting your project coming up. You got Nelly on the project, a couple others. Talk about this album that's on the way.
Yeah.
Debut.
Year of the Ape is my first album. My first project under Nappy Boy. My first album ever. You know what I mean? So it's fire as hell, man. This is like, I go back and listen to it. I was never a person who could listen to their own music. That shit like listening to yourself on a voicemail, hearing your.
It's so hard for me to get used to my voice.
Like, yeah, like that's me. You know what I mean? That's what I sound like. This the first time I heard that shit, and I'm like, oh, I was snapping, you know?
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Let's talk about some songs that you were snapping. Loud is my favorite song.
Okay.
Let's talk about that visual. Turns up, T-Pain driving a car.
Yeah.
Can you take us back to that day? What it was like shooting that music video?
Bro, that was the most fun day in the world. I felt like a kid again, you know? I had pulled up to the video shoot. I had already told Payne that I wanted to do like some drifting, and he really into that type of shit. So essentially, when he pulled up, they had another driver, but I guess that person had just had a really nice car. They wasn't really a drifter, and Payne was like, fuck it. He went and got his drift cars, and he drove the whole day. It was nuts. Like all them stunt scenes, that's him driving every time. Like that was crazy.
He seems like such a spontaneous dude.
Man, what? Yeah, that video was crazy. Then we had like strapped the camera to the car, but I'm shorter, so you couldn't like see me. So I had to like unbuckle my seatbelt. I was standing up in the car while I was drifting the whole time. It was scary as hell.
Just risk your whole life.
We got the shot though. It looked cool as hell.
That's all that matters is the shot.
Yeah.
Again, with the shots and your music videos, all your videos are very just exciting. Like, what do you want to like really get through, like when it comes to your visual?
Yeah, I'm hella intentional. You know, I think that be the hard part about the music is that like our music come from a real place, you know, and it don't come from a place where everybody else come from. So I be wanting my visuals to be dope, but I want them to be something that I ain't seen nobody else do yet, or at least approach it a different way.
I can see that too. And your music, I feel like you're very bold for the type of music you make because in this space, it's like bam, bam, shoot it up. And your music is more like positivity and motivation. Do you ever feel like lost in the music world, being that you're making this sound and you're not going against what you know?
Every day, every day. But I feel like I was more lost before I started doing music anyway. Music was always for me. So if I start lying in my music, I don't live like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shooting niggas up every day. I'm not in the trap every day. I don't talk about that. I'm somebody's daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to leave no room for my kids to be saying any shit like that. Because if I ever heard a song that I had to trap out the crack house, somebody getting their ass whipped. You know what I mean? I worked way too hard.
Right. So. Right. Do you talk about this song, well, these details in Testimony, the first song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Testimony is more like a mixture. So I still come from an urban area. You know what I mean? I'm still technically a hood nigga if you want to say that. But just because I'm from there, my testimony is like I still had to deal with trials. You know what I'm saying? And tribulations. But the whole album is just, it's like, I call it a sampler platter. You know what I mean? Like you go to Applebee's, you get wings, you get mozzarella sticks, you get all type of shit on there. That way, if you don't like something, there's gonna be some on there you like. Throw the mozzarella sticks away, eat the wings.
Of course. You had like an intro, like a commercial for the project. It's like a monologue in the back where somebody's just
my grandmother.
Really talk about that and what you really wanted to represent in there.
Yeah, we moved it, so it ain't the intro no more. It's I brought my granny 80 years old. You know, she 84. So essentially, I really wanted to like show off. That was more for her than it was for the album. You know, my granny is like my #1 fan, dog. She like president of my fan club.
I love that.
When everybody else told me it was stupid to rap, she was the one person who was like, do it. You know what I mean? And she bought my first studio session. Like, and I was what, 27, 28, you know what I mean?
Not too long ago.
Yeah, and she was still like forward. So now that I'm doing things, I wanted to show her like, this is what it feels like. So I called her up. I asked her what her price was. You know what I mean? I paid her for it. We put her on the calendar, let her know like, hey, don't be late to the studio session.
So Granny's like the biggest supporter ever.
Man, she was the biggest star that day. She got to go in the booth and like record some shit for real. It wasn't something we just did at her house. Like she got to be in there and creatively do it herself. Yes. And whatever she said, that's what it was.
How did your family react when they heard that you were working with T-Pain, like hip hop icon T-Pain?
Man, I ain't know I had that much family. Everybody called me. It was people who I still don't know. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, we're gonna get invited to the show.
Yeah, and asking for free shit. You know how that go. Yeah.
What was the first call like when you found out that you were gonna be working with him?
Pain?
Yeah.
That's a unique situation because Pain, it wasn't like he discovered me on YouTube. I had to fight for this.
It was a competition.
Yeah, yeah. So he took like 600 applicants. He had decided that he wanted to do like an online show where he made us all compete for a spot at the label. And every week he would play like my song, somebody else's record, and we would go head to head. You know what I'm saying?
March Madness. How did you even find out about this?
Yeah, my media guy, Rab, he was like an avid T-Pain follower. So he was following him on Twitch, and when Pain announced he was having a competition, he called me up immediately like, hey, this shit for you. You know what I'm saying? And we got in it, and now we're here.
So you said 600 applicants, and then there's you. Why do you think you got it? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like your sound is pretty, similar to T-Pain in a way. Like it's positive, it's exciting. Yeah. But why do you feel like he picked you?
He picked me. I think it was a choice. It was two things. One, in the competition, he didn't choose the winner. They had a chat. Everybody in the chat voted. And then every week you would move on top 300, you know what I'm saying? Top 100, top 16, top 8, top 2, all the way down till there was nobody left. And I lost. I lost at the very end by like 0.8, like a piece of a vote.
Okay, so how do you go from losing to being signed?
He was already fucking with me though. He had followed me on IG, so I hit him up to like congratulate the other person, just be a good person. And he was like, bro, don't worry about that competition. Like I can't say it online. We decided we were signing you weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, he had already heard, you know what I mean, so much of my music.
Yeah.
That it was what it was. But I think I got here because it was just my turn. This W was for me, but it was plenty of L's I took so somebody else could take a W. So this one was just mine.
Yeah. That's amazing. And that's amazing that T-Pain, you were able to create that relationship. What advice would you give to artists that come across like somebody like a T-Pain and they get that one shot? Like, what advice do you give them? Because I feel like I see them fumbling the bag because they're too busy trying to get opportunities and not actually trying to connect with the artist. So what advice can you give them?
To just really be yourself, a lot of times being in the industry for this little short time, I see a lot of people like fake laughing at shit that's not funny, and really just trying to make sure that they fit in every circle. You mess around, get in that circle, and still don't fit. You know. So just really take your time with this, dog, and know that even though every opportunity is the only opportunity in that moment, but there's plenty of opportunities that's gonna come after that.
Of course, of course. Thank you for sharing that. And where's the chain at? Where's the?
Y'all keep it on. I don't wear it out like that. I'm not that guy.
Is that
I got it
for
on.
you?
Huh?
It's not like super proud. Like you feel like you have to walk around with it everywhere.
I mean, not really. Not really, man. I think it's in me, not on me.
So what means the most to you right now in this music space?
All of it. You know what I'm saying? I think my legacy is the coolest shit ever. I took my kids to their first baseball game a few years back when I worked in the finance industry. They gave me some tickets at work. And then now I go home this Thursday and I'm throwing the first pitch at that game. So they're going to be on the field and stuff. You know what I mean? So being able to do shit like that, be the cool dad, and also be able to provide for my family with thoughts that I had. Like, I manifested money. That's just crazy to me.
That too, and I feel like St. Louis is very proud of you too. I was looking through the comment sections of the YouTube, and people are just so proud to see an artist that's coming from St. Louis and they're pushing positivity. Yeah. How does that feel?
It feels great, man. I think that was the part that was gonna be a little unsettling, because in the industry, I mean, we all know it's like popular right now. You know what I'm saying? Anything can go viral now. So the fact that I've never really had a super viral moment, it's all been work and effort, you know? Right. And they fuck with me for that. So.
For sure. You're staying true to yourself, and I love that about you. Let's talk about On Everything featuring Nelly. What can we expect? Another St. Louis legend himself.
Yeah, that's my favorite record off the whole project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a vibe, dog. And the fact that this is a moment where you see Nelly, you don't see him in the light you usually see him in, you know? The light you usually see Nelly is like Anthony. It's getting high. No,
I'm trying to imagine the song.
Yeah, it's laid back. He stepped into my world, and we made a song really about being appreciated, you know what I'm saying? And being from where we being from and standing on it, man. Nelly came through. He slid on that shit too, man. Shout out to Nelly.
Yeah, of course. You're the 8th listening party. Are we getting one?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's gonna be at HBCU, Historically Black Creatives. They film studio, open season. They shoot a lot of videos. They shot videos for me, Jack Harlow, everybody. You know,
videos is fire.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Yeah, so shout out to open season. It is actually tomorrow.
Okay, are you excited? How you feeling?
Yeah,
you got some rice too. Like, what is that about?
Oh yeah, so at home inside, I got all type of shit coming, man. Chips, rice, drinks. But it's a Chinese food in St. Louis is like a staple. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like pizza to New York or Chicago. You know, we got better Chinese food than they got in China.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Instead of giving your own rice.
Yeah, so they sponsored me. I shouted them out. It was a black-owned. Half black-owned, Asian guy and a black woman married each other, and I shouted them out on T-Pain podcast. And when I got back home, we connected and we figured out a way we could help each other. And now I'm a brand ambassador.
Hey,
I got my own rice.
All rice. If y'all didn't take nothing else from this, no, I'm joking. He got his own rice. But y'all, Year of the 8th is coming out this Friday.
Yeah.
You know, Nando STL is about to kill it. I almost said ATL because we're the ATL right now. But leave us with some words too, and where we can find you on social media. Yeah,
so you can find me at NANDOSTL everywhere. And my biggest word of advice is, bro, you don't know how far your next win is from your last loss. You know what I'm saying? So keep going. Don't quit. Don't let up. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to nobody who said no, because somebody gonna say yes.
Exactly. Year of the 8th, y'all. Nando STL, TracyVA here at Film Plug Studios. Thank you so much. This is 50.com, and I'll see you guys next time.